Hey guys, on today's video, we're going to be looking at a few cases right here for your iPhone 14 Pro. So let's get started. Let's just put it on the side for now. We're going to take out all the cases from here. So this one's the Poetic Neon. This one right here is the Poetic Guardian, which is one of my personal favorites. This is the Poetic Revolution, which I think it's the most heavy-duty one that they've got. And it's the one that I'm currently using on my other phone, actually. They do come with this, by the way. They all come with this because this case already has kind of a screen protector on it, but it's plastic. So it's going to last, a few months, and then you're going to want to put this on so you can actually put a tempered glass one. If you have a tempered glass screen protector already, you're going to go straight for this instead of the top one that it already has right there. And right here we have the Poetic Spartan. So the Spartan, the big difference between the Spartan and this one is just this. Gonna see kind of different colors here, textures. So it does look a little bit more different. I would say this is more for like somebody that likes gaming. This is kind of cool. It kind of just reminds me of Halo a lot. But this is not metal, by the way. This is still plastic. It's just that color that it has. Plus this right here reminds me of leather. Obviously it's not leather, it's still plastic, but it has that awesome texture. It looks like leather. This looks like metal, so it has that unique look to it. So let's start off with the basic. This was the Neon. So if we put our iPhone in there, which by the way doesn't have any screen protector built into it. Again, this is the most basic one. I would say if you never ever drop your phone, get this one. And it does come into two parts, by the way. So here's the plastic, here's the rubber. It's kind of just easier to put in this way first. There we go. Just put that there. Then we can just snap this on. And there you go. So you don't struggle through it. So the case looks awesome. Looks good. I would say it's the least protective one from just what I see, but it's pretty good anyways. All their cases are pretty good. They're well built because, as you guys can see, when you're getting a case, whether you're getting a case from Poetic or not, right here you're going to see this edge that goes above the screen. You want that. Because when this hits the ground, you want this case to hit the ground and not your screen. I've seen way too many cases where your screen goes above this. The case itself does not make sense. That means your phone, once it falls, and it usually falls this way, your phone, the screen itself, is going to hit the ground and not the case. Now, the reason why I say this one's the least protective one, well, you're going to notice the other ones have extra bumpers on the edges, and it's always the edges that also hit the ground. So yeah, most likely you want one of those if you do drop your phone sometimes, like me, and I like to protect my phones. So I'm going to take this one out and try out the next case. So here's the next case. This is the Guardian, one of my personal favorites. Actually, I think we might test this one out last, just because it is my personal favorite. So let's leave this one to last. Alright, we're going to check out the Poetic Revolution. So I would say it's the same thing as the Spartan. It's just little differences that you guys will see in the finishing touches. On that, it's basically the same thing. So it does have a built-in screen protector, which is what I like. And to take it out, you're going to see there's some space there. You just snap it out. Take this out. So what you want to do is take this, the screen protector. I want to put this on. Now, I want to mention the ones that you guys get with this stuff. So these are the ones that you guys get. So these, you would put this one in if you already have a screen protector on your phone. But if you don't, you can choose the one that they have right now. So before we put it in, we're just going to take out this plastic so you guys can see how clear it is. Let's take out this one too. And we're just going to place it here right on top. Snap it in there. And then we can just place it in our case. The bottom's what you want to place first. Then go ahead, apply some pressure, pressure, and it's going to snap in. There we go. So this is one of the cases that I've been using like crazy for my other phones because you guys will notice he has these bumpers. It's got a little bit more protectiveness. It's got access to everything. However, it's got extra protection. So there you go. I barely use this, so I'm okay with this being like so. it does get in your way, so you may not want a case like this if you're constantly trying to get into there. This, it has some protection here as well for your connection. And there you go. You do have access to everything. Everything goes okay. Your camera, you guys will see that you have the cutouts perfectly fine. On the back, you guys will notice your lenses, they're fine too. This, you can actually go like that and set it up. I actually never used this. Well, actually, no, it's a lie. I used this a couple of times, but I like to keep it there because over time this becomes a little bit more loose, and I don't like that, so I just keep it there. It's I think that's the extra protectiveness that it has, and you will notice like these things that it's got. Everything just built in so it protects, and same thing. You know, it goes over your screen a little bit, so if it falls, it does protect your phone quite a bit. So that was a quick glance at the Revolution. Which, by the way, if you looked at the Revolution right now, it's the same thing as this one. You guys just want to see the finishing touches on the Spartan a little bit different. I will put the iPhone in so you guys can see it, but in this case, since you guys know how this looks like, the actual screen protector, I'm going to go on and put this other one. You can go on and use these guys. So we're just going to place it on the top. There we go. Then we're going to slide it in from the bottom. Then apply some pressure. And it's going to snap in. It's that easy. That's how it looks all the way around. Again, it looks like the other one. It just has different touches to it. It reminds me of Halo so much, or Call of Duty. So that's depending what you guys are going for when you're getting stuff like this. Now let's just take it out of here. Now to take it out, you guys see this gap here? That's where you want to go ahead and take out your phone. And at first it's going to be a little difficult until you get used to it. So here we go. It's out. And finally, we got the one that I like, my favorite, which is the Guardian. So this one, why do I like it so much? Well, I would say it protects a little bit less than the other one because the other one's got that hard plastic. This is still hard plastic, by the way. But you can actually appreciate what color of iPhone you've got with this one. Plus, you still got the protectiveness around. So you still got these things at the edges. Yes, it's not gonna protect it as much as the other ones. I know that because you guys can see the design itself. It's a little bit different. This is for those of you who drop your iPhones but are not like in a construction site. Or if you just don't drop your iPhones as much. So I drop my iPhone once in a while, sure, but I wouldn't say I drop it as much as somebody that works in construction, for example. I know a lot of people that work in construction, they're dropping their phones consistently. I would say if you ever broke your screen before, I would get the other guys instead of this one. I've never had a cracked screen before, but I've always had cases from Poetic, luckily. And we're just going to place this here. And here we go. So that's how it looks like. So here is the back. You can appreciate the back. That's why I like personally this case, because finally you can show off whatever color you've got and it's not the whole iPhone that's hiding. Plus you have access to all your buttons, but they're still protected. Still protected. Still protected. Camera lenses are just fine. And this will not get in the way. So I would say this case would be the best case to get if you're on middle ground. You drop your phone, but you don't drop it that much. You want to protect it and you want to make sure that it's really safe, but you also want to show it off just a little bit at least. And the other ones are more heavy duty, so go for the other ones if you just want to protect your phone and you're really scared of dropping and cracking that screen again. But as far as this video goes, we're all done. If you guys have any comments, questions, you guys can write down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.